we continue to tick 23 lines. 23 lines. Hook a lock pin for short needles. 4 long needle pulling needles. 2 long needles are pulling needles and 1 needle. 2 short needles. A long needle pulling needle. 3 short needles. 1 long pulling needle and 11 short needles. Hook a lock pin first. Then the bamboo needle hook has for short needles. Then hook for long needles and pull needles. Crochet with thread. The first long needle in line 21 is pulling the needle. Inject the needle from right to left. One. Four long needles are pulling the needle and it is hooked. Then take another one. 2 long needles are pulling needles and 1 needle. There are 3 calls on the crochet, then crochet with thread. Just pull out the 3 calls of the crochet and you're done. 1, 2 long needles, pulling needles and 1 needle. Then the bamboo needle crochets to short needles. Then hook a long needle and pull the needle. Then the bamboo needle hooks 3 short needles. Hook another long needle and pull the needle. Then hook 11 short needles in the bamboo needle. Line 23 is ticked. We flip the branching from right to left. Then tick line 24. 1 lock needle and 27 short needles. Line 24 is enough. Then we flip the branchlet from right to left. Then continue to crochet 25 lines. 25 lines of hook a lock pin, 5 short needles. 2 long needles are pulling needles and 1 needle. A long needle pulling needle. 2 long needles are pulling needles and 1 needle. 2 short needles. A medium and long needle, 4 needle algae-shaped needle. And 3 short needles. A long needle pulling needle, a short needle, a long needle pulling needle, 10 more short stitches. First tick 1. Locking pin. Then hook 5 short needles. Then hook 2 long needles and pull the needle and 1 needle. There are 3 cauls on the crochet. Then crochet with thread, hook out the 3 cauls on the crochet. Just ticked 1, 2 long needles are pulling needles and 1 needle. Then hook a long needle and pull the needle. Then take another 1, 2 long needles are pulling the needle and setting 1 needle. Crochet online, 3 cauls on the crochet at a time. Just hook 2 long needles, pulling needles and 1 needle. Then insert the needle and continue to hook the 2 short needles. Then take 1, 4 needle medium and long needle positive pull jujube needle. Crochet with thread, check out the first medium and long needle unfinished needle. Then hook another 3 medium and long needles, unfinished needles. Crochet with thread, needle in the same position. Knot out 2 long needle strips. Three. No needle and belt thread. 4. Then crochet with thread, stick out all the front coils on the crochet, leave the coil on the last crochet. Then crochet with thread, hook out the 2 coils on the crochet. We've got 1, 4 positive pull jujube needles with medium and long needles. Then insert the needle into the next needle head of the corresponding branch. 3 more short stitches. After hooking 3 short needles, hook another long needle and pull the needle. Then hook a short needle. In the same position where the long needle is pulling the needle, hook another long needle and pull the needle. Then insert the needle at the next mesh position of the corresponding branch. Continue to take 10 short needles. Then, we flip the branching from right to left. Hook line 26, 1 lock needle and 27 short needles. First hook a lock pin. Then the bamboo needle hooks to the short needle. Needle on the last lock needle. After 26 lines are ticked, we flip the producer from right to left. Then we continue to tick 27 lines. 27 lines, hook a lock pin, 5 short needles, a long needle pulling needle, 2 long needles are pulling needles, and 1 needle, 7 short needles, a long needle pulling needle, 2 short needles, a long needle pulling needle, 1 long needle pulling needle and 8 short needles. First hook a lock pin. Then hook 5 short needles with bamboo needles. Then hook a long needle and pull the needle. Then hook 2 long needles and pull the needle and 1 needle. Needle-free tape line. Pay. Then crochet. Line the 3 coils on the crochet. Then hook 7 short needles. Then hook a long needle and pull the needle. Then hook 2 short needles. Hook another long needle and pull the needle. Crochet with thread, crochet with thread again. Insert the needle from right to left, crochet with line hook out. There are 4 coils on the crochet. Then crochet with thread, hook out the first 2 coils on the crochet. Crochet with string to hook out the last 2 coils on the crochet. Then crochet with thread, hook the last 2 coils on the crochet. Just hooked a long needle pulling needle. Then crochet 8 short needles in bamboo needles. The position of the last mark buckle is inserted into the needle. Line 27 is ticked. We rotate the branching from right to left. Then we tick 28 lines, 1 lock needle and 27 short needles. Hook a lock pin first. Then out the needle, crochet the short needle. A total of 27 short needles are hooked. Last needle. Line 28 is ticked. Then we flip the branching from right to left to the front. Let's tick the last one. 29 lines, 29 lines, hook a lock pin, 5 short needles. 2 long needles are pulling needles and 1 needle. 7 short needles, a long needle pulling needle, 3 short needles. 3 long needle pulling needles, a long needle pulling needle. Finally, just hook 6 short needles. Hook a lock pin first and then hook 5 short needles. Then hook 2 long needles. Pull the needle and use the needle. Crochet metabolism. There are 3 coils on the crochet. Then crochet with thread, hook the 3 coils on the crochet in turn. Then hook 7 short needles. Then hook a long needle and pull the needle. Then hook 3 short needles. Then on a long needle pulling needle, hook 2 long needles and pull the needle. Hook another long needle to full stitches. Then on the next long needle pulling needle, hook a long needle and pull the needle. Then hook a long needle and pull the needle. Crochet with thread again. There are 4 coils on the crochet. Then crochet with thread, hook out the first 2 coils on the crochet. Crochet with string to hook out the last 2 coils on the crochet. Crochet on line. Remove the last 2 coils from the crochet. Just hook the pulling needle of the long needle. Then bamboo needles, crochet short needles. Hook 6 short needles to hook the pattern close. "29 lines are ticked. Our pattern clothes are hooked. Then we treat the woven pieces with broken threads. Tie a knot. Leave a 3 to 5 centimeters tail line. Cut. The pattern clothes are hooked.